Hello students. Today we are going to learn a new topic, that is quality engineering. So in this topic we are going to learn about different elements of the quality, dimensions of quality, introduction to quality, then tools of quality, quality of design, quality of conformance, then comparison between quality and cost, introduction to Six Sigma concept, SQC and its tools, then statistical quality control by attributes and variables, then we have control charts. There are different control charts, that is X bar chart, R chart, NP chart, P chart, C chart and U chart, and problems related to these different types of charts. So this is the topic summary. Then the first topic, that is the introduction to quality. So in the introduction to quality, first of all I would like to tell you that when we ask what is quality, it is a simple question, but when you think of the answer, that answer is not that simple. So the Oxford American Dictionary defines quality as a degree or level of excellence. So according to Oxford Dictionary, quality is a degree or level of excellence. Likewise, the definition of quality by American National Standard Institute and the American Society for Quality Control is the totality of features and characteristic of a product or service that bears on its ability to satisfy the given needs. So the American National Standard Institute and the American Society for Quality Control says that the features and the characteristics of the product or the services which have the ability to satisfy the given needs. Here the needs are nothing but the needs of the customer. So here the quality of a product means to check whether the features and the characteristics that the product is having are able enough to satisfy the given needs. So quality is being defined in many ways. So according to Garvin, who is a TQM specialist or quality management specialist, he says that quality is an unusual slippery concept. It is easy to visualize but very difficult to define. So he says quality is very easy to visualize but we cannot define it. He says quality is a very slippery concept. So there are many people and many approaches have been made to define quality. So the wide variety of approaches which have been made to define quality, I am going to explain one by one. So in 1983, Feigenbaum defined quality as being about value. So he defined quality as being about its value, or the product has to be about its value. In 1973, Crosby defined quality as conformance to standards, specifications, or requirements. So when a product is conforming to standards, specification, or requirements, it is said to have good quality. In 1989, Duran defined quality as fitness for use. So if the product is fit for use, then he said it is of good quality, or quality is said to be when it is fit for use. In 1985, Parashuraman defined quality as quality, he said, is concerned with meeting or exceeding customer expectation. So if the expectation of the customer have been met, or they are exceeding the customer expectation, then he said it is a good quality product. So quality is concerned with meeting or exceeding, so above what they expect. So in this way, there are many people who have different type of definition for quality. So if the dimensions of the quality are being met, then the product is said to have a very high quality and it is fit for use. So let us discuss the dimensions of quality. The first one is the performance. So performance, it is nothing but to check will the product do the intended job in the field. So the product's ability to do the intended job in the field, and also to determine how well does the product perform from the customer's perspective. So if you want to have a very good quality, then it should meet all the dimensions of the quality. So if the performance is not good, then we cannot say that it is a quality product. The second dimension is the reliability. So this is nothing but how often the product can fail within a given time or within a stipulated time. So it is the measure of product failure within a stipulated time. So this reliability talks about probability of not failing of components of, for example, it is the probability of not failing of the component. The component should not fail often. So for example, let us take the automobiles or Airbus while on service for a specified time period. So if the reliability is less, then the chances of repair and replacement are more. So if you want to have a good quality product, then it should have greater reliability, that it should not fail often, it should not go for repair again and again. So it talks about the next dimension is the durability. So this is the effective life of the product before it is declared as unfit for use. So after the durability, repair is not possible. So how this durability defines how long can the product last. So durability is, it is the effective life of the product before it is declared as unfit for use. The next dimension of quality is serviceability. So this serviceability, it describes how easy it is to repair the product. So here the customer's view on the quality is influenced by how quickly and how economically a repair or routine maintenance activity can be accomplished. So when you purchase a bike, then we will go for services now and then. So the customer's view on the quality will be influenced how soon they will service the bike and return it to you, and how much they are costing to service or routine maintenance of your bike. So this is mentioned as the serviceability. Example for this I have given about the service of your bike. The next dimension, that is the aesthetics. So aesthetics describes how appealing the product will look. So it describes, this dimension of quality will describe the appeal of the product. So this dimension is all about the visual appeal of the product. So here we take into account the factors like style, color, shape, packaging, and other sensory features. So aesthetic of a product is a very important dimension, because if the product has good working ability but it is not appealing or it does not look good, then the customer may not purchase it. So aesthetic has to be considered while we want to make a very good quality product. The next one is the features. So this dimension of quality describes the value or what the product can actually do. So it defines the value or what the product actually does. Customers tend to purchase products that have more value added features. So when you are buying something, you will look for products which have more features in it. So we can define these features as additional or secondary characteristics which are attached to primary functionary of a product. So features can be defined as additional or secondary characteristics attached to the primary functionary of a product. So, for example, the primary function of a car is only transportation. A car stereo is provided, which becomes the feature of that car. So if the person who is offering you the car is providing the car which does not have a stereo, and there is one more car which has a stereo, you would prefer the car with the stereo. So customers always tend to buy products which have more features added to it. So if you want to have a product with very high quality, then you have to look for its features also. The next one is the perceived quality. So this dimension of quality shows us what is the customer's feeling about the product after he has, or after the customer has used it. So this dimension of quality is directly influenced by any failure of the product that are highly visible to the public, or the way the customer is treated when quality related problem with the product is addressed. So this perceived quality is a dimension which is influenced by the failure of the product which are visible to the customers, and also how the customers are treated after reporting quality related issues or problems. So for example, if you are traveling by a particular airline and that airline is always late, and also there are few incidences of luggage loss also, so after some stage you will stop flying from that airline because you are tired of its late arrival and also the loss of your luggage. So you will fly by some other airline which is its competitor. So you will rate this perceived quality as very low for such airline. The next dimension is conformance to standards. So this dimension gives us the degree of the product. Is it made exactly to the design or not? So it will describe if the product is made as it was designed, or is it meeting the standard or not. So this topic, that is conformance to standard, we will study in some other form, that is quality of conformance, later. The next dimension is service quality. Service is generally defined as experience which is felt by the customer. So in a restaurant, the way the customer is treated is considered as service. The quality of the service is judged by how well the customer is satisfied with the service. So quality of service is judged by how well the customer is treated with the service. We can say service quality is about comparing the performance with that of the customer's expectation. So there will be expectations of a customer whenever he buys a product. So the service quality will compare the performance with that of the customer expectation. So if the service quality is high, then the customer's expectations are met and the quality is good. So the key to retain customers is to understand their needs and to fulfill those needs. So if you want to retain the customers, you have to first you have to understand their needs and then you have to fulfill their needs. So if you want a person or the customers to repeatedly buy a particular product or a service, then you have to focus on service quality. So there are again 5 dimensions of this service quality. Service quality is a dimension of quality, and again in turn this service quality has 5 dimensions. The first one is the tangibles. So tangibles is the dimension of quality and it is related to the surroundings in which the service is provided to the customer. For example, if you consider a restaurant, the tangibles may be the seating arrangements, the interior decoration and the lighting arrangements. So it is concerned with, or it is related to, the surroundings in which the service is provided to the customers. The next one is the reliability. So reliability refers to the dependability of the customer on a specific service. So it is all about what is promised and what is delivered. So when you promise something while you are providing a service, you have to see that it is delivered. So that comes under reliability. The next one is the responsiveness. Responsiveness, it is referred to as the time taken by the service provider to respond to a request. So for example, we can take a responsiveness for a refrigerator. Think that you have bought a refrigerator and you call up the service provider for some issue. So the time they are taking to provide the service is called as the responsiveness. The next one is the assurance. So this quality is related to the competence of the service employee. So the employees must be competent to gain the trust of the customers. The next and the last one is empathy. So empathy refers to the caring attitude that an organization shows towards a customer. So this dimension of a service quality calls for individual attention to the customer so as to make them feel special. So here making the customers feel special by giving individual attention. So this is all about the introduction to quality and the dimensions of quality. I hope you have understood the topic. Thank you.